Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is IHSAN. I'm from RSR 1115A, and today I will explain about the backpacking. Backpacking is important because we will put a lot of equipment in our bag and carrying on our shoulder. So there is some suggestion for arrangement for on trail and off trail. The good arrangement of backpacking will help you easy to carry and least injury.
Now I will explain about the arrangement on trails backpacking. First, load should be carried high and fairly close to the bag. This will allow your hips to take the majority of the weight. Load the lighter in the bottom and the lightest in the middle, and the last one the heavier at the top or same level at the shoulder.
Next, we go to the off-trail of backpack. Pack your heaviest item slightly lower to your back. This will have or will force more of the load onto your back and shoulder, but will lower your center of gravity and allows you to move easily for you to keep balancing.
There also have an advantages and disadvantages for loading backpack. The advantages of properly loading backpack is to protect ourselves and also can minimize injury while hiking or camping. Besides, the number of compartments in the bag is also important. Not only need to ensure that there are enough compartments to fulfill your purpose, but by ensuring your bag has several separate compartments, the weight of the backpack can be more evenly distributed, which can help to prevent muscle strain. For the disadvantages of improper loading the backpack, people who carry heavy backpack sometimes lean forward. Over time, this can cause the shoulders to become rounded and the upper back to become curved. Because of the heavy weight, there's a chance of developing shoulder, neck, and back pain. Besides, carrying a heavy bag increases the risk of falling, particularly on stairs or other places where the backpack puts the wearer off balance.
Okay, for conclusion backpack, every time we pack a shirt to go somewhere, use the army rolls method because it saves more space in our bag. In addition, before traveling for camping, use on trails loading item method, which is a light item is at the bottom where the weight is at the top, while with soft trails, the item is light is at the bottom and light is at the top. So there are various advantages that have been listed just now that we should do in backpacking. Thank you. That's all from us for presenting the backpack outdoor activity.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NABILAH binti ZAHIR. I'm from Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation, around Perlis, and I'm from RSR 1115A. So the topic that I choose is orienteering. What is history of orienteering? The history of orienteering begins in the late 19th century in Sweden. The actual term for orienteering is orientation. It was used in 1886 and it's mean the crossing of unknown land with the aid of a map and a compass. In Sweden, orienteering grew from military training in land navigation into a competitive sport for military officers and then for civilians. Next, we move to types of orienteering. There are three types of orienteering, which is classic cross-country orienteering, score orienteering, and relay orienteering. First is classic or cross-country orienteering. This orienteering involves a race between controls in a preset order. The winner is the person who completes the course in the shortest time. Usually, there are between 6 and 20 controls situated in varying degrees of difficulty and over course of different lengths depending on the level of the competition. Okay, next is score entering. Score entering is the area that was chosen for this competition and it's dotted with a large number of control points. Linear controls carry a low point value while those at greater distance and more difficult to find carry a higher points values. Okay. For sure, a penalty system must be made to these team members or individuals that exceed the allotted time. Okay, the last one is relay orienteering. Relay orienteering is the most popular competition. It depends on the number of person on the team. This competition usually carried out with 3 or 4 people in each team, so each member runs their own part of the route. All the rules and regulations that concerning cross-country orienteering apply to relay orienteering, except that a competition may run only one loop. Okay, now we move to orienteering course. What is orienteering course? An orienteering course is composed of a start point, a series of control points, and a finish point. Controls are marked with a white and orange flag in the terrain and corresponding purple symbols on an orienteering map. And the challenge is to complete the course by visiting all control points in the shortest possible time, aided only by the map and a compass. In orienteering, of course, we have a basic equipment such as personal equipment, master map, control marker, puncher or electronic puncher, compass, and control map and control card.
Now I will show you how to use a compass. So you will notice that there is a red arrow right there where the thumb is, and you will also notice that there is a red point on the needle. So basically the first thing is to hold the compass just in front of you like this, and as you turn the compass, you are turning your body as well. So as you can see, he is turning his whole body with the compass. Now to make sure that the compass is being held completely flat, just like that, and if you just take a look, as you turn the compass with your body, the red needle move along the compass. So basically, in order to point the compass north, you have to line the red needle up with this arrow up here. So he's just turned his whole body and tried to line the red needle up with the arrow up there, and you can see the red needle is lined up with the arrow. So right now he is facing north. Now this is a control flag. Control flag has orange or nylon bag, white nylon bag, and has a number on the top that will be useful for you later. At each control, you are going to have an electronic e-punch box. That's a dipper that you are going to place that dipper into the hole right there. Then it's going to beep and it's going to light up right there to let us know that you went to the particular control and proceed to the next control. This is the control card. The control card is given to you at the start of an event with the map. It is used to prove that you have visited all the control points in the right order. At each control point, there will be either an electronic device to record that you were there or a manual hole punch device to mark your card.
We also have format competition for orienteering. There are 4 format, which is waiting zone, map zone, master zone, and finish. The first one is waiting zone, where you need to chalk to the start for 10 minutes before the start time. Next, you need to synchronize your watch with the start clock and get to know where you are on the map. Then, you need to do and finish your warming up and stretching until your time is called, and you will get your signal runs to the master map. Second is map zone, where you need to mark any map corrections if the map is out of date. Then emphasize north with a red pen on the map so that it is easier to see with a compass. As we know, all orienteering maps have magnetic north lines on them, and the last one is fold the map or keep it into more polythene bag to keep the bag in a good condition. Okay. Third is master map, that you should know to control circles on map with red ball pen so that it will be easier for you to look at the map. The center of each circles have a control flag and connect them with lines and attach with starting triangle. Last point is finish. Finish is the streamer's marking is the path to the finish line. You must follow this to the finish line and hand in your card in this session. Whatever happened, you need to submit your card whether you finish the course or not. In orienteering, we also have a safety step for competition. The first one is orienters should wear a protective clothing that is appropriate in terms and conditions to prevent discomfort from happening. Second is orienters must carry a safety whistle if something happened to them. Besides, the orienters that need to crossing road and railways must observe the traffic rules for their safety. And lastly, the orienteering organizer should provide a safety bearing information to all the competitors. In orienteering, of course, it will have an advantages or disadvantage when we are involved in competition. Advantage for orienteering is we can build our self-confidence, improve our map reading, and it is also provide us in mental challenges and physical challenges, while the disadvantage for orienteering is failure to bring water and essentials during the whole orienteering might complicate the situation, as the participant will not be able to think clearly and effectively. So in this topic, it have 3 types of orienteering basic equipment like compass, map, flag, and so on, and it is also have format competition and course safety that everyone can learn about orienteering. I hope everyone can learn something new and enjoy this video of this topic.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad AMIN bin ABDUL. I'm from RSR 1115A, and today I will explain about kayak. Kayak is a boat that is based on traditional kayak. It's a kind of boat that is slim and small, also lightweight, narrow boat that has both ends tapered to a point, and it is being pushed by double-bladed paddle. About the history is originally invented by Inuit and Aleut society, which is an Arctic North American people, and created over 5,000 years ago for use in hunting and fishing.
There are 3 types of kayak. First is slalom. With O shape on the top, it has a curved hole sharpened on the bow. The length of the kayak is about 6 meters, easy for Eskimo row technique, has high speed and stability, suitable for heavy stream activity. The second one in Mandesta with V shape at the hole, had to make it easier to resist the stream or current, is hard to control, suitable for tournament and suitable for rivers and lakes that are wide and large. The last one is Otter Sport with U shape, has a flat bottom hole. It is very stable, easy to balance and very recommended for beginner.
Now we'll see about anatomy of kayak. First, we have a bow, means front part of the boat. Next, we have stern, the rear or back of the boat. Next is deck, the top side. We have hull, means the bottom pieces. Next, we have cockpit, which is where you get in and command your craft. We also have a seat, base of operation that sit within your cockpit. Next, we have coaming, means rim or lip of the large hole leading into cockpit. We have deadline, means can be stretchy or bungee or non-stretchy based on the type of kayak. Next, we have hatch, which mean portal to an inner cargo area. We have carry handles, an easy place to get a grip. Rudder or scale, means a static drop down fin and a rudder. The last one, we have tight braces, means the pad that hug your tight.
There are two types of pedal, which is symmetrical and asymmetrical pedal. The symmetrical blade is much easier because no matter how you hold it, on which direction the pedal is easier to use and work well with the beginners. A symmetric pedal is a pedal that one side of the blade has a different shape than the other side. Touring paddlers usually use it because the kayak pedal hit water at shallow angle and give more speed and controllability to it. There are 5 types of personal floating device, or we call PFD, which is Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, Type 4 and Type 5. Type 1 is offshore life jacket, known as the best device for all waters for rescue that may be slow in coming, designed to turn most unconscious wearer in the water to face up position. Come in two sizes, adult and child. Type 2 is near shore buoyant vest, intended for calm in and inland water, chance for a quick rescue, designed to turn some unconscious wearer in the water to face up position. 3 different size, adult, medium, child and infant. Type 3 or flotation is good for calm and inland water, chance for a quick rescue, will not turn unconscious wearer to face up position. Wearer must tilt their head to avoid turning face down. Has the same minimum buoyancy as a Type 2 PFD. Type 4 or throwable device, intended for calm inland water with heavy boat traffic, can be used in open water, designed to be thrown in the water instead of to be worn. Include buoyant cushion, ring bias and horseshoe bias. The last one is Type V or special use device, intended for special activities such as windsurfing, kayaking or water skiing. Least bulky, some designed to automatically inflate in water, contains a small amount of inherent buoyancy and inflatable chamber, must be worn when underway to be acceptable. To perform a rescue, you need to paddle up to capsize kayak, pull up until the cockpit is right next to the kayak bow, then take the bow out of water and turn the kayak around until it's upright. Turn the kayak onto its side to clear the water. Put the kayak back in the water and try to position it so that the empty kayak stem swing towards the kayak's bow. By putting the paddles across both cockpit and leaning much or all of your weight over into their kayak, you will support them. This will hold the kayak steady so that they can pull back into the kayak. To perform haze rescue, lift the kayak away from the sea and turn it over to drain water. 2 kayaks of rescue will have to move closer to the kayak and the victim must hold to their rescuer kayak. The rescuer move closer to each other, then lift the kayak out of the water. This creates haze formation. Then they shake the kayak to drain the remaining water. Then simply put the kayak back in the water. To perform HI rescue, you will need to rescue kayakers. To do HI rescue, you have to bring the whole kayak out of the water. The two kayaks in rescue will have to move closer to the kayak that is capsized. The safe person will hang on the each of two kayaks. Next, the two kayakers have to pick their kayak paddles and position them in between their two kayaks that creates the formation of H. You will then need to pick up the capsized kayak and place it on the paddles. The two rescue kayakers must rock and chop kayak back and forth from the water to ensure that the water drains out of the cockpit. Then just put the kayak on the surface and help the kayaker get back on it. There are some paddling techniques in kayak. First is forward stroke. The step is switch your shoulder and chest to the front of the boat using good torso rotation. Place the blade in the water just below your feet at the boat stern and initiate the forward stroke with pulling the blade backward. Second one is backstroke. Backstroke is the same as the forward stroke but doing it opposite way. Put the pedal behind your while keep the pedal blade vertically, then put the blade in water and push blade forward while bringing it back to the feet. The third one is forward sweep. Place the pedal up near your toes, keep the shaft nice and horizontal, put the blade in water and pull it backward with a little power pull. The kayak will spin depend on the direction you want it to guide. Number 4 is backward sweep. The backward sweep start at the back of the boat. Place the blade behind your seat, put the blade in water and push forward with a little power. With one push, the boat will rotate. Number 5 is alternate combination 360 stroke. This technique requires the combination between the forward sweep and backward sweep. First step is start on your left using forward sweep, after that on your right using backward sweep. This will make the boat spin. The last one is draw stroke. Pedal goes slightly at your rear end to keep your rear end from sliding out. Make the pedal vertically. Face the pedal with your body and get your top hand over the bottom hand. The blade will act like keel. Here are some of the pedal signal. First is help and emergency. All you need to do is wave the pedal in the circle motion over your head. Second is stop. Hold the pedal over your head horizontally. Third is go this way. Point the pedal towards direction of travel. And the last one, come ahead. Hold the pedal up vertically. There are 4 types of kayak formation. First is single line. This formation for make forward movement at the same time. Second is double line. If the line is too long, make it 2 because it's easy to handle. Number 3 is a breeze, which is 2 or more are next to each other and moving in the same direction. The last one is diamond. This formation more to rescue when other paddlers are in condition beyond what they can normally handle.
The advantage of learning safety tips is you will feel safe, accident or any injuries can be avoided, and the last one, you can enjoy the kayaking. That's all for me, and I will suggest you to try kayak because it is so interesting.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is HAIMI RASOL from UiTM Police, Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation, and my student ID is 2018297452, and currently I'm in last semester from group RSR 1115B. So my part of topic video, I will present about abseiling activities for this outdoor subject. Okay, so abseiling word comes from German words which is abseilen, which is the meanings is to lower or to rope down. Abseiling also known as rappelling, which means the control descend down a rope in American English. So besides that, it was first used in 1800 in the advent of mountaineering in the European Alps. So besides that, abseiling is really common word that used in the climbing community, and also a bunch of related sports like such as mountaineering, rock climbing It's something important, and it's something that you should definitely know how to do if you are getting the sport. And therefore, abseiling is really important in rock climbing, mountaineering, just like I said before, and also canyoneering. Canyoneering, because sometimes you have to run into sections that are too steep to walk down and too dangerous to climb down. Okay, and also those areas is really good to know how to abseil. So based on my knowledge, what I know, climbers use this technique when a cliff or slope is too steep and dangerous to descend without protection. Okay, so for suggested equipment, we refresh back to the abseiling means, which is to lower yourself. So to lower yourself via a piece of rope down a steep section. So we use device like this, which is ATC. Function of ATC right here, you clip the rope through it and clip to yourself, then it creates friction so that it's easier to control your descent, that it allows you to lower yourself down a cliff face. Okay, so the first equipment, ropes. Okay, ropes is constructed with its interior core, which is the curd, and protected with a woven exterior sheet metal that is designed to optimize strength, durability, and flexibility. And construction may be used with both static and dynamic ropes. Okay, so this is the example for static ropes. Static ropes are designed to allow relatively little stretch, which is most useful for hauling, rappelling, and other applications. Next is example for dynamic ropes. Dynamic ropes is used to belay climbers and is designed to stretch under heavy load to absorb the shock of a fallen climber. Next equipment is anchor. Okay, sometimes made with tree or boulders, and using webbing and cordelate, or also with rock climbing equipment such as nuts, hexes, and spring-loaded camming devices. Okay, some climbing areas have fixed anchor for abseiling. So next equipment is descender. Descender is a friction devices or friction hitch that allows rope to be paid out in a controlled fashion under load with a minimal effort by the person controlling it. Besides, the speed at which the rappeller descends is controlled by applying greater or lesser force on the rope below the device, or altering the angle at which the rope exits the device. Okay, so next equipment is harness. Harness often used around the waist to secure the descenders. So next equipment, helmets. Helmets want to protect your head from bumps and falling rocks, and also a light source may be mounted on the helmet in order to keep the hands free in unlit areas. So next equipment, which is glove. Okay, as you know, mostly glove is to protect your hand, but for abseiling, glove is also to protect your hands, but protect from the rope or protect from hits with the wall. Okay, so for our last equipment, which is boots. Boots is to protect from slippery, and it also have a good grips, so it can prevent any accident from happening. Okay, so this is the rope's anatomy, which is the rope's specification. As you can see, dynamic ropes and static ropes have different diameter and typical impact force, and also their different typical weight. Okay, so for rope scare, do and don'ts. Firstly, never step on the rope. This is because debris can enter through the sheet and cut the core. And also next is always store in cool, dry or shady place. Do not store in direct sunlight, and keep battery acid or other corrosiveness away from ropes. And lastly, do not allow a rope to run under sharp edges, especially under a heavy load.
Okay, so for the proper turning of abseiling, the main thing, you must have a proper equipment to make your movement easier, such as helmets, gloves, harness and boots. So the movement, you must tie your ropes to your harness and pull up yourself slowly by step on the edges, so you can easily arrive at the top of your destination.
So for the implication, the advantages and disadvantages of learning abseiling activity, which is the advantages are you can gain muscle from the activity, which is your upper body muscle and your lower body muscle. And also the advantages is you can relieve your stress from doing the activity, and also it can build up your confidence, and you can improve more skills in abseiling. But there's a disadvantages, which is this activity is exposed to danger such as rock fail and edges when setting up the abseil. Avoid position with loose rock or sharp edges in the area where the rock will run. Okay, and if it's an unavoidable to abseil down loose rock with care, it can be removed to help avoid in being accidentally pulled down when the rope is retrieved. So a loaded rope stretches over a sharp edge can easily be cut through. So avoid doing this if at all possible, and if in any doubt, use some form of rope protector. Okay, we straight forward to the main advantages. Abseiling is fun for all ages. Okay, so this is the main advantages, because abseiling is physically very simple and also reasonably difficult. One thing that is an incredible advantage about abseiling as an experienced game is that it can be made as delicate or as trying in view of the a thing that is required as prior condition and members' interest. Okay, then among other experience sports, abseiling catches a more extensive age section compared with another sports such as rock climbing, canyoning, mountaineering, or white waterway rafting. Because these sports, abseiling is an open game to just about anybody in age of class. So that's all from me. Thank you. Abseiling topic video review from Muhammad HAIMI RASOL, United and Police, Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is MASTURA binti Abdul Majid from class SR 1115A. Okay, now we move to survival. Survival is a person who managed to continue or exist in spite of difficult situation. Okay, survival is the ability to survive in any condition or situation that can be interpreted as a technique or science to face a various threat to human situation or human being. Okay, survival also known as a person who survive in undesirable moment or condition for a longer period time. Okay, now we move to the 4 types of campfire. The first one is TP campfire. The second one is log cabin. The third one is lean-to, and the last one is a star. So let's take a look one by one. Okay, the first one is TP campfire. TP campfire is suitable for the beginner. It is suitable for warm, for cooking, or for social reason. It is also known as a pyramid fire. Okay, the second one is log cabin. Log cabin is suitable for minimal woods, easy campfire, and slower burner. It's also known as a crisscross fire. Okay, now we move to the lean-to. Lean-to is simply be used on it to cook simple meals. The cave like a space that is created to use to place the tinder and the kindling wood, which reaches the catches to the large fire alight. It is easy to set up, sheltered, and can place a pot or pan on the fuel log for easy cooking. Okay, for the last one is star campfire. Star campfire is also known as an Indian campfire. It is easier to build, easier for the beginner as well. We can use a minimums of wood to build it, and it is also a slowest burner. These are the natural resources that we can get in the campsite area. The first one is tinder. The second one is kindling woods, and the last one is the fuel wood. Okay, for the tinder is easier burns and can burn in a few seconds. For example, like a dry grass or wood shaving. The second one is kindling wood. Kindling wood consists of small roots and small branches that can be used to keep fire burning. And the last one is the fuel wood. Fuel wood, the woods that keeps the fire hot and burning longer. We can find the fuel woods as wide as your forearm. This wide. How to test edible plant? There are 4 steps to follow. The first step, pick your plant, put it to your hand, and try to scrub to your skin. See if any reaction. The second step is pick a prepared plant, place it to your mouth against your lips for 3 minutes. See if the reaction. Now, we move to the third step. Prepared plant, place it to your mouth, hold it for 10 minutes, see for the reaction. If any reaction, then you have to stop. Pick the other plant. The last step, try to put it in your mouth, chewing for the 15 minutes, and try to swallow it up. If there's a good reaction, then you can continue to eat. If not, pick the other plants. Okay, these are the steps on how to set up the campfire. Next is the campfire safety. These are the do's and the don'ts for the campfire safety to follow for doing your camping activities. Last but not least is diseases. Diseases that can be found and can possibly happen to us during the campsite. They have 4 types of disease, which is dengue fever, water allergy, leptospirosis, and snake bites. The first one is dengue fever. This picture shows that the symptoms and the advices that we need to conquer the dengue fever. Next is water allergy or aquagenic article. These are defining symptoms is an itchy skin resulting from contact with water regardless of its temperature. Immediately consult a doctor. An urgent visit to the doctor may cause this allergy to stop from intensifying. Next, we move to leptospirosis. It's an infection disease of human and horses, dogs, swines, and other animals caused by spirochetes, Leptospira intergrain, and characterized by fever, muscle pain,
jaundice, and severe cases involving the liver and kidney. Please seek a doctor immediately if you happen the leptospirosis in your body. Immediately.
Next is a snapback. First of all, you have to stop all movement, pressure the bandage, splint the limbs, and get to hospital immediately as soon as possible. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you for watching.